Hi there, it's been a little while since I've done any personal videos about my DVD collection, so I thought it was about time I put something together and posted it up for you guys. Anyway, I've just got a small selection of discs here that I've picked up in recent months that you might be interested in hearing about. So first off, this is the film Black Sheep. Not sure if everyone's heard about this. This is, shall we say, a half-decent horror comedy. It's set in New Zealand. It's basically about a bunch of genetically modified killer sheep on the rampage. Relatively funny, although not excessively so. I'm sure if Toppercat's still watching these videos, I'm sure he'd enjoy it, because it's sort of in his neck of the woods. Not a bad disc. I picked this one up fairly cheap. Got director's commentary tracks and a bunch of making of documentaries and deleted scenes on and stuff. If you like Shaun of the Dead, you might like this. It's got some interesting scenes in, but it's not brilliant. But it's definitely worth a watch, I think. This one, My Bloody Valentine Special Edition. Now, this is the original version. I believe I posted a review of the DVD of this somewhere on my channel. This is the US disc. It's the specially restored version, which has got all the gore put back in that was cut out for the original theatrical release. As I say, quite a nice film to have. If you've only seen the cut version, you really want to pick this one up, 'cause it's got all the blood and guts pasted back into it. I believe there's one scene that they've lost the footage for, which they couldn't find, but apart from that, this is quite a good film. It's certainly a good companion to get if you're planning on buying the 3D remake that's coming out shortly. Yeah, this has got some load of deleted footage in and some couple of documentaries on and stuff, so quite a nice special edition to have. I mean, it's worth getting just for the extra gore alone if you like these 80s slashers, but I think it's just a pity they didn't bother to include any trailers on here, though. That's the only thing. And if you've seen my reviews, you know I like me trailers. So, but yeah, good movie. This is a classic oldie, Salem's Lot, the old Stephen King film. Now, this is actually the original US TV movie version of the film. There's another version out there, although I'm not sure it's out on disc at the moment, which is it's a bit shorter than this. It's the European theatrical version, but this is actually the full-length US TV version, which is longer, but it's not as bloody or gory as the European theatrical version. But if you like vampire films, this one's a classic. It's got David Solin from Starsky and Hutch, which was one of my favourite TV shows from when I was a kid. So, yep, good movie. Now this is a classic oldie. The Omega Man, Charlton Heston. Again, I think I picked this up £3 from a local HMV or something, but I actually bought this a while back. It was just before I Am Legend came out at the cinema, and I bought this because I was going to have it as a companion piece to that film when it comes out on DVD, because they're both based on the same novel. Unfortunately, though, I've not bothered buying I Am Legend on DVD because I thought that film was a load of rubbish. I mean, I thought it was going to be like a zombie fest and lots of shooting, and it was just Will Smith wandering around an empty city talking to his dog. Now it is definitely the best adaptation of the film in my book. The mutants in this are actually, well, they're sort of like albinos in this, but Charlton Heston goes around gunning down plenty of them anyway and waging a one-man war against them, so very entertaining movie. It's definitely, this is the film the Will Smith version should have been, I reckon. This is damn sight better. There's a few special editions on here. There's a vintage documentary on here, which is an original making of feature that came out to promote the film back in the 70s. And there's a new introduction from some of the cast and crew, and it's got the original trailer on, which is always good. But yeah, if you've seen I Am Legend and you didn't enjoy it, or even if you did, check this one out, much better version. Candyman Special Edition. This is the UK release, of course. This one also comes in like you can get a cardboard slipcase with a different cover on the front, but this is just a cheapo version, which has got the same special features on, so I can't complain too much. On the back, it's got according to this thing, it's got a filmmaker's commentary track, a couple of making of features and some storyboards. No trailer though. As I say, very good edition. I haven't actually checked out the special features on this or listened to the commentary. I've watched the film, but haven't really bothered to check out these features yet. But as I say, if you like the film, this is a good version to go for. But I think it's a pity they didn't include the trailer on here. Another classic oldie, Poltergeist. Don't know if you can see this because the case is so psychedelic there. But yeah, this is another favourite of mine from when I was younger. It's actually a cardboard slipcase. You can probably see that a bit better. This classic ghost story. It was believe it or not, it was a collaboration between Steven Spielberg, who did E.T., and Toby Hooper, who did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is quite a bizarre pairing, but it's a very good film, very creepy, not bloody or gory. It's more your traditional ghost story. But I got this partially because it was on sale for about £5, and partially because it was supposed to be like a 25th anniversary special edition. But the special features on this aren't really that good. There's a couple of documentaries here about Poltergeist, but there's nothing here about the film itself. There's no trailers, no interviews with the cast and crew, no commentary, no nothing. So I think that was a hugely wasted opportunity. I mean, it looks like they've just grabbed a couple of documentaries from the Discovery Channel and shoved them on here with this and called it a special edition, which I think is a bit of a cheat personally, but very good film though. There's another good movie, The Entity, which is a similar thing. Supposedly based on a true story, but I don't believe that for a second. But similar idea, some woman keeps being attacked by this mysterious poltergeist in her house. Not bad. This one's only got a theatrical trailer on in the way of extras, but at least it's got the trailer, which, as you know, is something I always like to see on these. Aha, now, what have we here? Another classic of sorts. Trollin 2 Special Edition, oh yes. Yeah, hilarious films. I think Troll 2 is it's constantly voted in the bottom 100 on the Internet Movie Database. It's that bad, but if you like cheesy, corny sort of movies, it's worth a watch. But yeah, there's no special features on this. It's just the 2 films. But I think this is only, you can pick the UK disc here. You can pick it up for under £5. So if you want to see these films, go get this. Very funny. And lastly, this is an old favourite of mine from many years ago, and this is The Children, also known as The Children of Ravensback. This is the US DVD from Troma. Apparently Lloyd Kaufman, whatever the guy's name is, who runs Troma Films, he's a big fan of this movie. And this has been put together from one of the last surviving cinema prints of this. Now, this is one movie that was, if you lived in the UK, you probably saw in a lot of video shops back in the early 80s, but then disappeared without a trace. Well, it seems that the original negatives have gone missing, and they managed to put this together from the only known surviving cinema print. So the quality isn't that good, but if you enjoyed this film, this is the only way to pick it up. Basically, for those who haven't seen it, it's bus full of school kids drive through a cloud of toxic waste, and it turns them into these mutant killer zombies with black fingernails. It's quite amusing. So I think this one's got a commentary track on here. Yeah, audio commentary track, and a load of nonsense on here with Lloyd Kaufman prating about, but I'm not sure. I think it's got interviews and stuff on here, but I'm not sure what else. Again, I've not seen this one in a while. I bought this a little while back from Amazon, and I've seen it once and listened to the commentary track, but I've not really checked many of the other trailers out. That's the thing now, I've got so many DVDs in my collection, it's hard to keep track of them all, but anyway, nice creepy little early 80s shocker. Now this last thing, now I've got another Laserdisc. Now this here is the Japanese Laserdisc of Friday the 13th. Now this was released in the early 1990s. Now if you live in America or Canada and you had a bootleg videotape of the uncut version of this, then it was more than likely been duplicated from this version, because as I say, this is the uncut Japanese disc, and it was the only way you could really see this uncut at the time. Now, it doesn't have any extras on or anything, but as I say, it is uncut. It's the same as the current US DVD release, but this version is actually the full frame release, whereas the US DVD is the widescreen version. Now, this one, when it was filmed, filmed in widescreen, but it was filmed in 1:6:1 ratio, which is like a lesser widescreen. It was matted to 1:8:5:1 for the cinema, but for its video and for this release, they've cropped the sides and removed the matte, so you're gaining a little bit more information at the top and bottom, but you're losing it off the sides, but that doesn't really make too much difference. As I say, it's got all 3 killings in full on here, including the full axe scene and arrow through the neck and everything else. Not, as I say, looks like it was taken from the same master tape that the old UK VHS release was, because the UK VHS release came out in the early 80s with the uncut version too, but unfortunately for many years we then had to suffer with the cut version, same as the Americans. But anyway, but yeah, I've been after one of these for years just for its collectability. I mean, I do own the uncut version on DVD, but I've always wanted the Jap Laserdisc just for its collectability, really. So finally I've got that in my collection. Anyway, that's it for now. If I find some more DVDs, I'll probably do a bit of a talk about them and post it up too. In the meantime, you tell me what you think. Please be sure to rate and comment, and also if you'd like to visit my website as well, I'd appreciate the site traffic. Anyway, till next time, dudes. See you later.